proposing that the city of Spokane Valley issue a proclamation stating that our city is a Second Amendment sanctuary city.
Welcome to the fire.
Today on Church and State, conservatives want to leave Washington.
And Bob Ferguson is running for governor.
Plus, 10 common things your husband says and what he's actually thinking. Hello, Christian Patriots, and welcome to Church and State, where we strive to plug you into the pew and plug you into politics. I'm your host, Caleb Collier. With me, as always, dare I say, a man who slightly resembles Ferguson? Pastor Gabe Blomgren.
I need my glasses for that to happen.
I know, just barely though. But I'm gonna introduce that idea to our audience, and now they're gonna see you as such. I'm hoping this works.
You wish. Anyway,
hey, I got a couple events that I needed to plug. One is actually quite sad, Gabe. We found out yesterday that Deputy Craig Chamberlain died very, very suddenly. And I don't know if you ever got the chance to meet him, but he was a great guy. He really was.
I did shake his hand once at an event. I do not know him personally, but my condolences definitely to his daughters and his family. It's not easy, obviously. I'm praying that he had a relationship with Jesus Christ, because it's definitely way too soon to be leaving this planet. He was my guess in his early 50s.
Yeah, I think he was in his 50s. What I loved about Deputy Craig, beyond just, he was the face of the Spokane County Sheriff's Department for a very long time, and really used the camera and media to reach audiences that normally would not have been reached. But what I really loved about him in particular was he was such a genuine guy and really a nice guy, that even when dealing with criminals, he gave them a degree of respect that oftentimes you don't see. And so I always really appreciated that. When he announced that he was running for sheriff, I was like, let's go. He totally supported him. So we definitely want to be there. His three daughters, just beautiful young girls, that they now have to cover the cost of all of this. Well, there's been some businesses that are stepping up. So I wanted to point out Saturday, May 6th, you can either go up to Rise Espresso and Dough, which is the old Scrumdiddlyumptious Donuts. It's under new management now, and that is 1201 North Barker Road, Spokane Valley, Washington. Or you can go to Whistle Stop Coffee Shop. That's from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. for the Whistle Stop. For the donut place, it's 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. The Whistle Stop Coffee Shop is 16409 East Sprague Avenue, also in Spokane Valley. All of the proceeds on Saturday, May 6th, are going to go to Deputy Craig's family to cover the costs.
That's huge.
Yeah, it is. So, we definitely want to support this and push this out to our audience. Also, we got a great event coming up on May 20th, Gabe, 1 to 5 p.m. It's going to be at the Calvary Spokane, 511 West Hastings Road, COVID Betrayal and a Path Forward. And it's going to feature John Stockton. Right, exactly. I had the opportunity to speak in an event.
John's my guy.
I had an opportunity to speak in an event in Wenatchee. Same thing. We're talking about COVID-19 and everything. He's just a great guy. He's got an incredible story. So I highly recommend people go
get him on the show.
I'm working on it.
I know we're a little bit edgy, so
yeah, I'm working on it.
Situation.
We'll see if we can get it. All right. So with that, also wanted to point everybody to churchandstate.media. Please continue to buy pillows and supply items and Z-Stacks, all of this great stuff.
I really feel like bullets and silver are things that our listeners want to acquire. So we're working on getting connections. If you want to contact us, if you know anybody locally who is a constructor of pews, which we call a freedom seed, let us know. We want to start supporting that business. So yeah.
Absolutely. And if you want to get a hold of us, Church and State 1776 at proton.me. All right, let's get into the stories.
What do you guys think about?
Nothing.
When they say that they're thinking about nothing, are they thinking about nothing?
Nothing.
So it's true.
It's totally true. Like the worst is when you're driving, Gabe, and you're just driving, right? And your wife will look over at you and be like, "What are you thinking about?" And you're like,
"What you thinking about?"
Nothing. And
I was literally, actually, I know. No, you're not.
Like,
my wife literally says, "No, you're not."
You're not thinking about. Yeah, I'm literally thinking about nothing.
I'm literally just staring at the open road.
Yeah, and it's calming, right?
Oh yeah.
Like you just kind of checked out and you're driving. So
Dude, this is one of the best Babylon bees we've come across.
it really is. It's fantastic. I found this. All right. So let's I'll start with number 1, Gabe, and we'll move on from there. So number 1, when a guy says it's fine,
What's he think? What's he actually thinking?
what's he's thinking? It's fine. Now this is totally opposite of what women
No,
are
no,
doing.
no. If you ever hear the woman
Ooh.
say it's fine,
Find a bunker. Like it's World War
hope you
III
purchased
at that point.
a
When a
flak
woman
jacket.
says it's fine, that's literally the scariest words in the English language. It's fine. You know something's going down.
okay, fair enough. All right. Hey, when a guy says you can eat anywhere you want, we actually mean you can eat anywhere you want. That's what we're thinking.
Like literally most of the time, like it
When
doesn't
we
matter
say
what
that-
restaurant. Like women are always like, well, we had Mexican like a month ago. I don't know if I want it again. You know, honestly, we're like, we'll find something we can eat.
All right, number 3.
I have one exception to that, Gabe.
what?
Sushi. Do not take me to a sushi restaurant.
Huh, okay. I will literally eat anything as far as like as long as it's edible.
Would
All
you
right,
go
number
to a
3.
vegan restaurant? If your wife
if-
was like, I really want to go to a vegan
If it's
restaurant,
it's most likely gonna have one of the rainbow flags over the doorway, so no.
but if it didn't, like, let's just
If
say
it was a
like-
Christian
like,
operated
dude,
vegan, yes.
Twilight Zone, we find a
The irony
patriot
is this guy-
Christian
this-
vegan
this
restaurant.
guy he'll try any weird thing on the menu.
I will.
He's the king. He gravitates towards the most weird, fruity stuff on the menu. Oh, cool! It has some type of weird.
You want to talk
So,
about the
yeah.
whole fish? Is that what you? Is that what
No,
you?
I want to move on.
All right. Number 3. What am I thinking about? Nothing. Well, we already covered this one. Nothing. We're literally thinking about nothing. Like, just if we say that, just accept it. It's the truth. We're not lying to you.
Number 4. I'm gonna let you cover this one.
Oh, yeah, this is great. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. So when a guy says, huh, oh, that's interesting, this is what we're really thinking. The fellowship couldn't have just taken the eagles into Mordor. First, eagles aren't like the Uber drivers of Middle Earth or something. They're majestic creatures, messengers of Valinor, and are unconcerned with the affairs of men. Second, they would easily have been spotted and taken down by the Nazgul on their flying mounts. Finally, it's very likely Frodo would have seized the ring for himself, as no mortal can resist the ring, and he hadn't had the chance to have mercy on Gollum, the act that ultimately saved Middle Earth.
Wow, that's a lot.
You know what, though, man? Like,
It's kind of
is it true?
Yeah, we'll say Hannah's interesting, but we have a lot.
We have a lot
If you
going
wanna-
on up
If you want to pick women, here's a clue. If we say, that's interesting, we've actually thought a deep amount about something. So
and
I wanna
honestly,
encourage
like,
you.
Lord of the Rings, probably, is that the best trilogy ever made?
Oh yeah, big time.
Beats Star Wars, right?
Oh yeah, but big time.
100%. Yeah.
Peter
So-
Jackson killed it.
Yeah. So, yeah, we are thinking that.
Number 5, yeah, that outfit looks great. Okay, I love this. Translation. We were supposed to be at church 20 minutes ago. You do look good, but honestly, at this point, you could wear the curtains and I wouldn't care as long as we get out the door.
I got to tell you, Gabe, Sunday mornings, I am having a Jesus experience before I go to church. And you want to know what that experience
It's
is?
praying for
No,
patience.
I am ready to flip tables because we're late.
Dude, I'm notoriously known as I leave on my own early morning because I'm at church early morning, and that's the only way I've escaped this dilemma.
Yeah, but you know what? You've got an excuse for that. You're leading worship. Your wife's not always on worship team. So you got to be there early so you can just leave and she gets there when she wants to. I can't do that. Like, as a guy, if you just leave your family to go to church,
I did that once.
did
I
you?
got in so much trouble.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
not a good
don't do
move,
it.
man. But
Don't
yeah,
do it. Yeah.
there is nothing
No
that
flipping
drives us
tables.
more nuts than we're supposed to be somewhere and you are still not ready.
All
Like,
right.
just go. Okay. All right.
Number 6.
You look nice today.
Translation.
You look nice today.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty good. All right.
All right.
All right. This is number
This is a
number
good one.
7's a good one.
I'll even do the voice. Number 7, your friend, I don't think she's pretty at all. Translation, Central. Run away.
Why do women even ask
Why?
us? This is, we know you're not going to catch us. We know what you're doing, and we're going to. And
Do not
every single
respond.
guy is going to
Man.
say the same thing. Oh no, she looks weird. Oh no, not pretty at all. No, don't even ask. Okay. All right. Number 8.
8.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, this We might be revealing a little bit too much for females. We might get in trouble. Our man cards might get pulled for this one, but oh well. All right. Yeah, that's nice. Translation. Oh no, she was talking to me. Did that's nice make sense at all? Please, please don't let her ask me to repeat what she said. It happens, ladies. Look, I know Gabe and I are a little bit of outliers because we have our own talk show.
Dude, it happens to me with you.
Yeah, it does.
Dude, I cannot multitask. It's just a me thing, but I don't know if it's a guy thing, but
No, it's a guy thing.
Like focusing and you're talking to me, I'm just literally, that's
I'll tell you a little secret, women. If the TV's on, we're not listening to you. We're not. We can't do it. Like, we're going to miss something. There's entertainment going on right now, and we're going to miss something.
I'm single-minded.
Okay.
Number 9.
All right. No, wait. I want this one because I want you to get number 10.
Okay.
All right. Number 9. No, it's okay, babe. I can drive. Translation. I wish to live. This is so true. Gabe, you and I have talked about this on the show before. I will drive an entire day so that my wife doesn't get behind the wheel.
And you have a fairly good wife as far as drivers. My wife is more of a backseat driver. So I have to suffer the backseat driving while I drive.
You could put your wife in the trunk of the car and she would still backseat drive.
She would figure out.
You would figure out a way to yell at you about that turn you just made.
Scary.
Driving with these two in the car is funny.
Okay.
All right.
Last one. Last one. Number 10. I love you. What does that mean? It means you are the most amazing person I have ever met. And honestly, I'm just a complete state of shock every morning. I wake up and you're next to me. I pinch myself every day because there's no plausible reason a woman as incredible as you should be with an oafish man-child like me. But here you are. But it's hard for me to express my feelings in words sometimes. And I'm more of a fist bumper and a high fiver. So I'll just say I love you and hope that you get the message.
There it is.
True.
Yes.
That's exactly how men think.
Yes. Okay.
That
last one, I think they had to slip that in, right? Because they'd gone a little bit too far, and now they're like, all right, let's pull it back a little bit.
Is, yes, sometimes we do try to say something very poetic, but most of the time, I love you is how we actually feel.
Yeah, it's true. All right, we do love you. We just don't want you to drive.
Stop.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about weather balloons, Gabe. Why not?
This to me, I don't know. This seems like important news. On Church and State, we want to warn you. Basically, Pearl Harbor, I think we all know the United States kind of was not prepared in an intentional way. Those of you, would you agree?
Well, I mean, so here we go. Conspiracy theories, throwing it out there.
Boom.
Right? No, FDR knew. And not only did he know, he actually pushed for the attack to occur.
Right.
He wanted to get us involved in World War II. And so a lot of the blame and a lot of the deaths lies squarely on the shoulders of FDR. And I'm sure God judged him for that. All right. Now, I know that some people are like, that's crazy. Look at the evidence. That's what happened. And so Hawaii, I believe what you're trying to lead us into is in the crosshairs. Look,
yes,
if
again,
China wants Hawaii.
They're saying that this is not a threat. U.S. military is tracking another mysterious balloon. Everybody at the Pentagon is saying, hey, this isn't a big deal. But to me, the thing that's like great, huge, massive red flag is where it's flying over. The U.S. military is tracking currently a mysterious balloon that flew over American island soil. It's not clear who it belongs to, according to U.S. officials.
China.
The object flew across portions of Hawaii, but did not go over any sensitive areas, the official said. I call bull crap. Here's why. Everything on Hawaii is sensitive. Why? Because it's a strategic island.
It is.
Dare I remind you about World War II?
No, it is. It's a very strategic island. Here's the thing about balloons, though, man. Like the Chinese, and this is most likely coming from China, but they already have satellites that are hovering over the United States, watching every single thing we do. So balloons, seriously, are we that antiquated in our technology? I don't think so. So the balloons are, to me, is kind of a distraction. But here's what I want to do with this story. Like, if it's this easy to get the government, the U.S. government in a tizzy, Gabe, I have a great idea. Why don't we buy a bunch of weather balloons and just sporadically like throw them up in the air and see what happens?
I don't know if they're in a tizzy. I just don't trust anything. And here's what actually ticks me off is when they say this. There's nothing to see here. Don't worry. Me,
that's like Area 51.
To me, that tells me y'all are lying. So I've been so bamboozled and the tinfoil is getting tighter by the minute. I don't know what to believe. All I know is I'm telling you, I'm reporting the news. Hey, guess what? It wasn't over Montana this time. It wasn't over South Carolina. It was over Hawaii. So there you go.
All right, let's move on to, and this story actually, Gabe, goes very well with what we're going to be talking about with Ferguson as well. But we've got an interesting poll here. A slight majority of people in Washington want to leave the state. This poll finds. Now, it's interesting because this breaks down over Republicans and Democrats, really. So what they found is 51% of those surveyed said they would move to another state if they could, compared with 39% who said the quality of life in Washington is worth the cost. The remaining 10% said they didn't know. Who's this 10%?
I don't know.
You don't know?
You have no
You have
idea.
no opinion on this. It just blows my mind on that one. But more interesting than all of that, Gabe, what I find is when they actually went through and designated what your political preference was, for Republicans, only 26% thought Washington is worth the cost of living, while 68% said they would move if they could. Democrats, just 28% said they would move if they could, compared with 60% who said the cost of living was worth it in Washington. Also,
Who says the cost of living's worth it?
Democrats, they love it out here. Washington State is one of the bluest states in the nation, man, and they absolutely love it. They treasure that. Now, listen to the independents and non-affiliated voters. So 27% who think Washington is worth the cost of living versus 62% who said they would move away. Washington, you need to be paying attention to this.
Yes, you need to look around.
You're going to lose a significant portion of your population.
They're all moving in droves to Tennessee,
in Texas, and
Oklahoma.
There's all these free states that, honestly, as conservatives, we're looking at and we're going, why do I live here?
And when we're all fawning over Idaho now, I grew up in Idaho. It used to be kind of like a thing that I didn't tell people. Now it's like everybody wants to move to Idaho. Yeah, Sandpoint's great. Yeah, Coeur d'Alene's okay. It's very expensive. Boise, to me, Lewiston smells.
Lewiston does stink.
Lewiston smells.
Yeah,
it literally smells. But I love you, Lewiston. I almost went to college there. Almost.
So also on this, Gabe, it's really interesting as well. Men expressed a higher level of satisfaction with Washington than women. Only 46% of men would leave the state if they could, compared with 56% of women. It's the exact opposite in my family. Like, I'm ready to go, man. I'm so tired of this state. But my wife's like, nope, I want to stay. She likes Washington State. Well, she likes the fan. She doesn't like the state.
I would think men like it here because of the hunting, fishing, clear water. Like, I've traveled the whole entire nation, with the exception, actually, of the very, very far East Coast. I have not been over to Washington, D.C. area, which you and I can't. Dude, we're so political. Why have we not been there?
I'm going to New Hampshire.
We need to go together.
I'm going to New Hampshire in August.
We need to have a Dumb and Dumber trip on the moped.
Ooh.
Cowboy hat to the Capitol, slap Kamala in the face.
I'm just, honestly, in that scenario, I'm just looking forward to keeping you warm. You get the joke.
Yes. 46% of women supposedly say they would leave the state, with 56%.
No.
Oh, so 46% of men, so less.
Yeah.
It's just interesting.
It is. I think it's extremely interesting. So there it is. I mean, Democrats love it here. They are happiest in King County.
Yeah, of course, because they are like a bacteria.
The most unhappy in Eastern Washington. Go figure. Look at the breakdown of the state. We're far more conservative on the eastern side of Washington. We're not happy here. And here's the thing, Gabe. I know we were going to leave this story for the last one, but it's the perfect transition. It really is. Governor Inslee.
Wait. No, we got another story.
I know, but this is just such a perfect transition. We got to do it. All right. Governor Inslee announced yesterday that he's not seeking a fourth term. Come on. Yeah. I mean, we're excited. We're so excited. But here's the thing. Inslee's an idiot. We all know it. We all know Inslee is an absolute moron. And Gabe and I have been saying for years now that as soon as Inslee's done, our next governor will be Bob Ferguson. What were the headlines this morning, Gabe?
Washington attorney Bob Ferguson announces exploratory. What's exploratory? Exploratory
we know
campaign
you're doing it.
For governor?
We know you're doing it.
Wait. No.
You're having hard.
There it is.
You went through every button we have almost.
I cannot stand Turd Ferguson. Here's why.
He's intelligent. He's brilliant.
Smart.
He really
He's
is.
going to create actual problems in this state. Like
So
big time.
if people want to leave,
He's the brains behind this latest assault weapon ban. We
Yes,
all
he
know
is.
that.
Yeah, he is.
We all know that. Do you think dummy? Like I'm trying to be a Christian right now. I'm using little kid words. I know. Okay. I'm sorry. Do you really think that Inslee came up with all of this? That he quarterback? No, he didn't. He signed it in crayon. But Bob Ferguson is the one who's orchestrated all this. The man is brilliant, and it's scary.
if people want to leave Washington State already right now, you just wait. And let me address this as well, because there are a lot of Republicans who are like, well, we just can't allow that to happen.
We're going to rally together.
We're going to
We're going to campaign. We're going to get somebody who's just a mid-level rhino, and we're going to try to smush him into your home.
look.
And then King County, what are
It's
they gonna
not going to happen. Just look, be a realist. And I'm sorry if this offends people. Actually, I'm not sorry. Like, be a realist in this. Washington State is lost. You are not going to elect a Republican governor. And you should know that.
You're not gonna
The
beat
best chance we had, Gabe, the best chance
is cutting the state in
was-
half.
Well, Lauren Culp
Yeah.
is what I'm going with. Lauren Culp was a rock star. Like, he energized so many people, and he is an awesome guy.
Got great turnouts. He
Yes.
had concerts, actual concerts, which thousands of people during the midst of COVID.
Yeah, but you know what?
Ended.
He didn't win.
And we got Inslee again. And then, of course, we went through the whole entire COVID debacle where we couldn't do anything, visit, touch, do anything. Okay, everything was shut down way beyond what was necessary. And this, I'm sorry, turd bag, Ferguson was the one pushing it so Inslee could, just continue doing what he's doing. And guess what? Everybody still put Inslee back.
Yeah.
Businesses suffered. So many businesses, like small businesses, mom and pop stores, okay, gone, forever gone.
You can win as a Republican in this state. You can win state representative positions. You can win city level positions. You're not going to win in the Senate, and you're not going to win for the governor. Okay. Tiffany Smiley versus Quaker Oats guy. Tiffany Smiley was a fantastic candidate.
She had an awesome husband who's injured in the war. She's actually very eloquent, beautiful woman. Guess what? She loses.
Yep. And that's
How?
exactly what's going to happen this next election. I'm sorry. If you are upset about that, then I got a solution for you. Move. This state is lost. I'm sorry. It is lost, and it's going to just continue to be so.
Here's the other. And I looked directly in the camera. Do you really think your stupid AR ban is going to stop anyone from getting ARs in this state?
It won't.
They're going to get them. People are going to get them.
Yeah. And
People already have them.
I'm
You've
just
done
hoping.
nothing. Here's what's going to happen. People are going to move, and then the rest of you, the more these egregious, stupid laws keep coming up, you're going to find out you have no authority over these people in this state.
So how we start our show, Gabe, is a clip from me when I was on the city council where I announced a Second Amendment sanctuary city. That is still on the books for Spokane Valley. I'm just hoping that some brave council member from Spokane Valley dusts that thing off and says, you know what? We're pushing back, and we have the right and the ability to do so. That's what I'm hoping for.
It's called the sheriff, the local sheriff. They can enforce the laws they want to enforce.
Absolutely.
And if you want to come in ATF, guess what? You can literally be sent out by our sheriff.
And they
If we
can
had a sheriff with
deputize
stones.
everybody in the county. All right, Gabe. We do have a clip, I believe, of Bob Ferguson getting ready for this announcement, this announcement that he's looking to become
getting
governor.
A pocket protector ready. He's getting everything ready. There you go.
Oh, I love this song. I didn't realize Ferguson had such a good voice. Yeah, right? He's knocking this song out of the park.
For the first time today. She wore an itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow.
Look at that. That is a brilliant. Look at that. Look how many laws he can sign in.
Everybody, Keith Skolnick from Nerds. It's kind of true, dude. Revenge of the Nerds. We all, I didn't pick on people because I was a nerd. Big surprise.
Still are.
Okay. But we are now going to be ruled over by Skolnick.
I think honestly, this is I believe we're the first people to introduce this, Gabe. But we need to start calling this Bob Ferguson's race or run for governor is Revenge of the Nerds. And he is Skolnick. So I hope that takes on and people start talking about it and pointing out that he looks like this guy. All right, Gabe, let's talk about if Washington State's not bad enough. Let's talk about the current administration and MAGA Republicans.
This term came up during the Philadelphia. We'll never forget. It reminded me of something from
Nazi Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have this term MAGA Republicans, and President Biden at the DNC.
Don't call him that.
Yeah. I don't want to call him that. Imposter Biden says at the DNC reception that MAGA Republicans are the real problem. That's the real problem. It's not drugs. It's not fentanyl, which, by the way, just so you know this, it's $1 a pill now.
Wow.
Do you know how many Mexican cartels must be running this into the states right now? It's because we have a wide open border. There's no competition. All these poor Mexican cartel runners are probably making like 1 penny per pill.
You want to talk about a real epidemic? It's fentanyl. It wasn't COVID. It's fentanyl. That is what's killing Americans.
We have $1 street value for fentanyl. And to run, I've seen people on the streets. I've asked them how many of these bad boys in the little piece of foil that you cook up a day. They say 4 maybe. So for $4,
you're high all day.
But the real problem is MAGA Republicans.
Of course it is. Did you see when he put on the sunglasses and he's like, they're not ready for dark Brandon? Did you see that?
He said that?
Yeah, he said that. He's a goofball.
Oh my God.
We'll have to play that on our next show.
A wind-up toy.
Oh my gosh. But he's promoting the fact that his administration has done so much. Like what? Inflation? Abandoning Afghanistan, giving all of those weapons to the Taliban,
nice job,
getting us
Joe.
involved in Ukraine, this proxy war. Is that what you're running off?
Emptying out our money.
But
And then he says, MAGA Republicans are trying to take us backwards, but together we're not going to let them do it. Not an inch back. So what scares me is they're trying to codify Roe v. Wade. That's to me, that's a trigger in me because you know how much I care about what happened last year.
Yeah.
It's to me, if they codify Roe v. Wade, we got to do something back.
He's also looking at taking out guns again. So here we go again, just like Washington State. But here's the thing. He's at 37% approval rating. This guy sucks. We all know it. Unfortunately, we're out of time. Church and State is sponsored in part by the Constitution Party, empowering you to put faith into action. And with that, Church and State is out.
She wore a teeny weeny, itsy bitsy, teeny weeny polka dot bikini.
Yellow.